Hey, what's going on guys, it's Lewis here. In this video I'm going to be doing a overview of my car, everything that I've done to my car, everything that I'm looking to do to my car. I don't believe you guys have actually seen my car yet, so I thought that in this video I'd show you guys around the car, show you what I've done, and like I say, what I want to do to my vehicle in the future. What I'm going to do first is I'm just popping to the bank to put some money in, and obviously you guys can join me on the way there. And then I'm going to be going to a nice spot and just showing you around the vehicle, showing you, like I say, exactly that. So yeah, should be good. Quite an aggressive clutch there at the moment, still fresh. So we're on our way to the bank now. Got a little bit of money left through various different things that I've sold and stuff that I haven't actually put in the bank yet. So I'm on my way up to the bank. I've got a couple of ideas and a few spots that I can go. It's probably going to be quite local. I just want to go somewhere where there's quite nice lighting and there isn't a lot of interruptions, and then we can look at the car, etc. Just a quick update on the clutch. So the clutch is definitely bedding in now. It's definitely feeling a lot nicer than when it was first put in, which by the way was very nice, but obviously when you put a new clutch in and a flywheel, I believe that it does have a little bit of bedding in time, so it's felt a little bit, it slipped a couple of times when I'm putting my foot down, and I think that may be due to, like my friend said, the oil on the flywheel. So it's nothing too big, nothing too major, and yeah, the car's just driving spectacularly now, really enjoying it. Right, so I've just stopped off at the bank. I'm going to go in to put some money in, and then I'm probably going to pop to the vape shop first of all, because I'm running low on liquid, and then we will shoot off to the destination and we'll have a little look over the car. So I'll see you guys there. So I managed to pick up some nice flavours there. Got 3 of them because I like them so much on discount. New vape shop. Never seen that before. It's right next to a bank, so that's really easy. So yeah, back to the car and off to look over the car. That didn't sound right. I think I'm getting to that stage of quitting smoking now where I'm starting to feel the sort of ill effects of it. I woke up this morning and yesterday actually with some sort of aching or pain on the palate of my mouth, and it's making me feel a little bit run down. I've got a runny nose, etc. So I think I'm at that stage where it's sort of replicating the effects of being ill, or maybe I am ill, I'm not too sure. Maybe my immune system's just recovering from all of the bad chemicals from smoking. I'm not going to theorise too much on that subject, but I'm not feeling the best at the moment, so I'm just going to quickly go to Greg's or Costa and grab a coffee, and then we will be very quickly on our way to the rendezvous point to look over the car and do the video. So I'll see you guys there. Right, so got our coffee, got our fix, and let's look over the car. Looks relatively standard from the outside. A couple of little touches you can see. I've got the Ford gel overlays here, and I've got the Team in Hand sun strip there, which I'm probably going to take off at some point and put a different sun strip on. To start off this video, I'm probably just going to go through the interior things that I've done to the vehicle. Not a whole lot, nothing too drastic. I mean, all of it means something to me. It's not random stickers or anything like that I used to have in the car. So obviously I'm running the Mountune gear knob here. Really nice piece of kit. Makes the shifts feel a lot nicer to hold on to. Just generally a nicer sort of upgrade and relatively cheap to do. I recently got the Lucky Mummy gear band and Lucky Mummy, which is colour coded to what I wanted it to be. I like my yellow, so and obviously this little PMR air freshener here. Nothing too extreme, like I say, with the interior. If you are looking to get one of these gear bands and Lucky Mummies, then message someone on Instagram or check out his Instagram account, R7NO, and he makes these. They're really good for value. They're only about £4, and it can really just spice up the look of your interior. So yeah, go check them out. One thing that I do want to do, if there's anything that I would like to do to my interior, is to go for a piano black surround here. I also want to get one of those little bobble hats for the gear knob. You can get the little mount-tune ones off of eBay. They're only about £5, and I think they look really funny actually, and I think they would be very useful for the winter. It's just a little bobble hat that goes over the gear knob. I think, yeah, it looks funny. Potentially maybe just a little DMB surrounds around the vents. I think that would look quite nice, but if I do that, then I don't know what I'd do with this, because like I said, I don't like painting in the interior, so that might be a no for me. I used to have a gel overlay on here, but I took it off. I just thought it looked really trashy. They look great on the outside, but I think they should stay on the outside personally. I also had a little thing down here. I had the CUK one and the Voodoo one. I've got no qualms with either of those companies. I'm actually running parts from those companies. I just didn't necessarily like it there. It may come back in the future, I'm not too sure. I change my mind quite often. But yeah, that's that, I believe, on the interior. I think that's everything I want to speak about here. So in terms of sort of aesthetics on the outside of the car, I haven't done a whole lot. I've had modifications in the past on this vehicle that changed the look of it on the outside, but I've mainly gotten rid of all of them because I do like the standard look of the car. Personally, if I go too over the top with it, that's just not my sort of cup of tea. But obviously, as you can see, I've got the wind deflectors here from Hecko. Little group's logo there, just a group of friends here. If you're interested in joining a little car group, hit us up. Just go on Facebook, Team Time Performance. Gloss black, mirror caps, look quite nice. They're going to go quite nicely with the roof wrap, and I'm planning to get my spoiler painted in gloss black. I may change my mind on the colour, it may turn to a yellow, but I think that would look quite out of place, so maybe I'll just stick with the gloss black there. In terms of wheels, standard wheels, aftermarket wheel nuts from Driftworks there. They're only about 30 something pounds, 40 something pounds, really good price. I don't think you'll really beat that anywhere for price for quality. And my little Rocket dust caps, which one of those ones got stolen, so I'm probably going to have to get a whole new set of those now, or I may just put them back to the standard ones. Not entirely sure. That'll be something for the future. On the car, again, not too much. I'm aiming to get my plastics painted, so the diffuser gloss black, the front fog light surrounds and the front lower grille gloss black, just to tidy it up a little bit. Gel badge on the back, of course. Yeah, nothing too amazing back here, just my Miltech, which is not looking too great at the moment. I'll probably have to do something about that. I don't like the Miltech too far out personally. I like it quite in, make it look a little bit more standard. Yeah, so like I say, I'm going to be getting these in gloss black, this in gloss black, and the other one in gloss black. But yeah, I think from the front it looks quite nice. Probably going to go for a splitter of some sort at some point soon. Side splitters, but that'll come later on. They're not necessarily a priority at the moment. Engine bay. Yeah, nothing great to look at the moment. Literally nothing amazing to look at all. Just a MTC silicone pipe, which I probably will change at some point. I don't believe they're too great. I think they're good for their price, but I heard from someone that they don't have the wiring here, which the mount-tune ones have, which support the hose and, you know, allow it to basically not deform over time. So I'm definitely going to change that at some point, but at the moment it's perfectly fine. I cleaned it up quite recently, so if you're thinking it looks quite clean, then that's because it is. There's a few little minor things here. I bought this off of eBay, this engine cover, because I painted my previous one and it turned out awful. It didn't look great at all. It didn't come out of the finish I wanted whatsoever, so now I'm definitely going to get it professionally painted this time. I've been thinking about the colour scheme in terms of the engine bay, and I think I'm going to have yellows, whites, greys and blacks, but that's not set in stone at the moment. I may completely change my mind on the colours of the car. I may go for sort of more of a blue, like a baby blue. I think that would go quite nicely with white. It'd be quite subtle, but I think it would stand out definitely a lot more than just having hideous amounts of yellow all over the engine bay. But that's just something that I'm thinking about at the moment. I've got a couple of these CUK dress-up kit parts here, but the majority of them are in the boot, which I'll show you guys in a moment. I bought this MAF adapter and cone from a friend. Been continuously changing this from the airbox to this. Sometimes I get fed up with the noise, sometimes I really like it and I really want it back. Just something that I'm, you know, undecided on at the moment. But until I've decided whether I want to stay stage 2 for a long time or if I want to go back to standard, I'm not entirely sure. In a previous video I did mention that I wanted to go back to standard, but now that I am at stage 2, I'm just kind of questioning why I would go back to standard. I think the car's running perfectly fine at the moment, and I think if I was to stay stage 2, a lot of this is going to be revamped. So I'm going to be going with a whole ITG piece, so from the turbo elbow all the way over to under the headlamp, which is a really good piece of kit there. I used to have one myself and I sold it, much regrettably. It was a really nice piece of kit. I've also had the Revo induction kit, which was also really good, but the ITG, I don't think I can fault that one at all. So I think, yeah, the ITG kit was a really nice piece of kit, and I do really want to get another one of those if I continue to be stage 2. Just literally painted engine bay, ITG crossover eventually, possibly, maybe, I don't know, until I've decided. And yeah, big boost pipe kit as well. That's a definite, that's a must, just to keep the car running perfectly smoothly. And possibly, even potentially, a front mount, a big front mount, just to ensure that my car's running as well as it can be. But again, I don't want to go too extreme to the point where, you know, the car doesn't run properly. If I go over huge front mount, then it may affect the running of the car, because I'm not running a turbo that necessarily needs it. I'm just running the standard turbo with a stage 2 map. MTC intercooler. It's only about £176 on a group buy on the Mark 7 page. That's a really nice piece of kit. It does me well. It's definitely noticeable. So yeah, that's the engine bay there, and we're going to have a little look around to the back of the car now. We're currently in the boot of my car, and there is absolutely nothing interesting to look at whatsoever, apart from, like I say, just a little bit of the dress-up kit from CUK. I really like this dress-up kit. I'm a big fan of neochrome, so I think just the little touches of neochrome really stand out, and they make the car just look amazing from behind. As you can see, just the tiny little touches really count. Just a couple more things that I do want to do to the car in terms of the aesthetics and looks. So as you guys know, earlier I mentioned the spoiler that's going gloss black, or yellow or blue. Really not sure at the moment. Something that I'm undecided on. Perhaps you guys can sort of comment on the video, let me know what you think would look great. But personally, I think gloss black, nothing pops more than that. Potentially a clear brake light, but I've heard that if you get a clear brake light, you need to get a different type of bulb inside of the light, so that would be something to definitely look at. I'm looking at the moment at the DMB ones. I've had a few DMB ones and I really like them, but DMB have recently brought out the full ST logo replacements. So they have the gloss, they have the actual black outline, and you cut this off, or you put a bit of floss behind the ST logo. You cut it off, and then you can just adhesive the new one on. That's something to definitely look at, but again, I'm not entirely sure. And the reason I'm not too sure is because if I do go to sell the car and that bit's out of place, it may look really weird. And not even that bit, it's just the fact that if I don't like the logo and I want to take it off and put this back on, it you know, I'm not sure how I would get it perfectly on there in the same spot again. So that's just something that I'm a little bit worried about. little tiny touch, potentially even maybe like a gloss black rear wiper would look nice. I don't know how that would go down personally, because if I do go gloss black, what if I do need to replace the wiper? Then it would just look stupid. So that's something that I'm going to think on as well. Final little touches, just potentially a gloss black mast for the aerial. I think that would look really nice. Yeah guys, I mean, that's the car there. I've just spoke about a few little things that I'm thinking about doing to the car. Nothing major at the moment, and this is by no means a car plan video whatsoever. I've just sort of rambled on a little bit in this video about things that I may be doing, but like I say, this is by no means set in stone. These are just little things that I've been thinking about recently. Just the tiny little touches I think that count on the car. And yeah, so that's the car. Just a little quick overview of how my car is at the moment, what modifications I'm currently running on the car, the remap that I'm running, which is Perron Stage 2. In terms of the remap, no issues whatsoever at the moment. I think the car runs very well with Perron Stage 2 with all the adequate modifications. So the front mount, just an induction, and the downpipe and the catback. And I don't think I'm going to be changing that at all, because I feel as if Stage 2 is very reliable. I just don't see why I would want to go Stage 3, at least at the moment. I think when you go from Stage 2 to Stage 3, there are a lot of things that you need to upgrade that people miss out, such as the limited slip diff, the clutch and flow, which I have already done, the brakes, potentially forging your engine just to, you know, keep it safe from any issues that you may run into running higher brake horsepower. Yeah, just precautionary things, and that's just something that I can't afford at the moment. So stage 2, definitely perfect for the way I'm, driving at the moment. Perfect daily driver. It does drink fuel when it wants to, but when I'm driving sensibly, it's perfectly fine. So yeah, little overview of the car, of the interior, how the car stands at the moment, couple of little ideas of what I may or may not do to the car. If you guys have any ideas, put them down in the description. I'll reply to every single comment that I can, which is at the moment every single comment. So yeah, just put any suggestions that you guys may want to see down below in terms of 1, either videos, or 2, just ideas of what may influence me to do things to the car. I definitely read every single comment and keep in mind what people say, but ultimately it comes down to my decision. So yeah, that's that. Cheers for watching this video. As always, appreciate it very much. We're nearing 100 subscribers now, which is absolutely amazing. I cannot thank you guys enough for that. So yeah, cheers for watching, and I'll see you next time.